I had a good feeling and was happy how we played it and how the players reacted after Saturday's late equalizer. The level of discipline and the level of coverage in the defensive approach, we were more careful than in the last games. We took care that a mistake can happen, and we took care that we have a clean sheet, and we did everything for it. That was the good news.
Obviously, 2 tackles in the last 2 games that are a little bit crossing the line and then hurting the team. But I'm not going to blame or finger point to any of our players because they have given everything that they can. And yeah, of course, we have to stay within the boundaries of making sure that we don't jeopardize ourselves. But they are so committed and they deserve more. And I'm just trying to do everything I can to help them to earn it.
I thought we did start really well, which was important for us. We came out a lot of intensity, got the early goal, and obviously the red card made it slightly easier, but all around a good performance. But we still have some important games left to play.
Yeah, crushing blow, of course, for Leeds' survival hopes. Great win for Chelsea, and they should confirm themselves in third, you would think, by the end of the season. The writing was on the wall pretty early for Leeds, even probably before the sending-off, do you think?
Yeah, it was a great start for Chelsea, but as good a start it was for them, Leeds made it easy for them, even with 11 men on the pitch. I think tactically, Chelsea were in like a box shape in midfield, and it caused them problems straight away. This is 4 minutes into the game, and you can see Mason Mount just pulling off Lewis Bate twice, really, in that move, and then he scores a cracking goal. Lewis Bate and Calvin Phillips didn't really get hold of Pulisic and Mount, especially in the first half, and they didn't know. Every time they went to step out to Kovacic or Jorginho, you see here Calvin Phillips coming out late. Jorginho pops it round the corner. Lukaku probably should score on that one. But it was such a helter-skelter game at the start, and Chelsea seemed to have their number tactically a little bit with the 2 10s, especially Pulisic and Mount playing so cleverly. Leeds just couldn't get to grips with it. Here we see outside of Lewis Bate again. That's Reece James popping up. But it was just, they didn't know whether to sit with the 2 behind them or push forward, and whichever one they did, Chelsea exploited it.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting stat. They've got more cards than any other team in Premier League history, in a season, that is, of course. They're first team to ever accumulate 197 yellows and 3 reds. Well, there was a red card today, Martin. Well, it was a bit rash, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. And this is the thing, you want your players at boiling point, but you don't want them to boil over. And
sometimes I think they look worse than they are because he gets the ball first and follows through. But I know what you mean. It's kind of...
It's something Gary didn't really do at Manchester United. I don't know whether it comes with playing with the Leeds, a part of that getting stuck in and getting around people. But at the moment, it's costing them. And, of course, they've had a catalogue of injuries, down to 10 men again. I mean, everything that could go wrong in this game went wrong. And it's, you know, you look at it and you look at the fixtures, what's coming up, and it does feel like now it's starting to fall apart for Leeds. This one here, Calvin Phillips, I mean, he's really lucky that he's not another victim.
Well, that's actually deliberate, where Dan James probably wasn't. So, yeah,
I'm not sure why he didn't go for that. They're lucky not to lose yet another player. So the manager can talk as much as he wants, but he's losing players through suspension, through injury, and they're losing their heads. That is really difficult. Dallas, real good club man, not available. Harrison limped off today for Fina as well. Bamford not available for such long periods, Gary. It's going really wrong for them, and they look pretty well doomed at the moment.
Yeah, certainly were, weren't they? Really. This is the this is race for third, isn't it? And fourth, more likely. It looks like Chelsea pretty much sure now. And there's a certain game tomorrow, Martin.
Well, I'm going with Arsenal, Gary. You're
I'm
probably
going with Tottenham. That's all right, just to equal things up.
Well, I think it's the biggest game in living memory. Usually,
the biggest game in living memory
between these 2 teams. Normally, you guys were just trying to sabotage our season in one of these end-of-season games. You know, think of '71, think of 2003, 2004, where we won the league. This time, it's double jeopardy. Winner takes all.
Yeah. Fancy Tottenham, don't you? To win that.
Martin's bigger than you, so stick with him.
He's much more aggressive.
Gary's more important, though.
OK, it's FA